Welcome to TD's Pokemon Lair. I'm TD and this is the Lair. Today we're unboxing another box of 10 Pokemon cards I sent to PSA. Got them back in this box, professionally packaged for security so they don't get damaged. Let me get them out of the box and let's see what grades I got. Alright, let's go. This card is a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Magikarp, a first edition, the number 47 card of this set. Looking at the front of the card, it's free of any damage on the graphics. The surface has no creases or bends. Our centering from top to bottom, I think, is close to the tolerance. And left to right, I think that's within the tolerance. Looking at our corners and our edges, I see no damage at all. Taking a look at the back of the card, our surface is free of any creases, bends, or any other damage. The graphics look great. Our centering from left to right, I think, is slightly towards the left, but might be within the tolerance. Our centering from top to bottom looks towards the bottom, but also might be within tolerance because the tolerances on the back for centering is less than the front. Looking at our corners and our edges, they look clean and free of any damage. And we're going to get a grade of Gem Mint 10. That's awesome. Check out this 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Porygon, a first edition, the number 48 card of the set. Looking at the front of this card, the graphics look bright and clean. There's no scratches, creases, or bends on the surface of this card. Looking at our centering from top to bottom and left to right, I think that's all within the tolerance. Looking at our corners and our edges, I see no damage that would affect a grade. As we take a look at the back of the card, our surface is free of any creases, bends, or any other damage. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right, I think, is really good. Probably really close to the tolerance or within. Looking at our corners and our edges, the upper left corner and both lower corners have some very slight damage. And we'll receive a grade of near mint 8. I think we should have got it better than that. It should have been probably a 9. We are looking at a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Abra, a first edition, the number 49 card of this set. Looking at the front of this card, our graphics are clean. There's no creases or bends on the surface of the card. Our centering from left to right and top to bottom, I think, is all within the tolerances. Looking at our corners and our edges, I see no damage at all. Taking a look at the back of the card, our surface is just as clean as the front, free of any creases or bends. Looking at our centering from left to right and our centering from top to bottom, those all look really good. I think that's all within the tolerance. Looking at our corners and our edges, there's a very tiny speck, I think, on the upper left corner and the lower right corner, but they're very tiny. And they're going to give us a grade of Gem Mint 10. I like it. I like it like that. Check out this 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Charmander, a first edition, the number 50 card of the set. Looking at the front of this card, Charmander looks very clean. There's no creases or bends on the surface of the card. There's no either scratches or other damage. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right, I think, all was in the tolerance for the front of this card. Looking at our corners and our edges, I see no damage at all. Flipping the card over as we take a look at the back, our centering from top to bottom and left to right, I think, is all within the tolerances. Looking at our corners and our edges, they look really good on the back of this card. And our surface of our card shows no damage like creases or bends or any scratches. And we'll get a grade of Gem Mint 10. That's their story and they're sticking to it. You're looking at a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Dark Raticate, a first edition, the number 51 card of the set. Looking at the front of this card, Raticate's graphics are clean and crisp. Our surface shows no damage like creases or bends. Our centering from left to right, I think, is within tolerance. From centering from top to bottom, looks a little towards the bottom. Looking at our corners and our edges, I see no damage. Looking at the back of the card, our surface is free of any creases, bends, or scratches. Our centering from left to right and top to bottom. The left to right, I think, is within the tolerance, but the top to bottom, I think, is slightly towards the bottom. Looking at our corners and our edges, they look really clean, surprisingly. So we receive a grade of Mint 9. That's pretty darn good. We have a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Diglett, a first edition, the number 52 card of the set. Looking at this card, you can see our surface is free of any damage. There's no creases, bends, or scratches. Our centering from left to right and top to bottom, I think, is within the tolerances. Looking at our corners and edges, I see no damage at all. Flip the card over and look at the back. Our centering from left to right looks a little bit towards the right. Our centering from top to bottom looks pretty good, probably within the tolerance. Our surface is free of any creases, bends, or scratches. Looking at our corners and our edges, they all look really good. And they're going to give us a grade of Gem Mint 10. Wow, that's better than I thought I was going to get. Hey, it's a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Dratini, a first edition, the number 53 card. Look at the front of this card. Our graphics are crisp and clean and vibrant. Our surface is free of any creases or bends. Our centering from left to right and top to bottom, I think all looks really close to the tolerance. Looking at our corners and our edges, I see no damage. On the back of the card, you will start with our centering from left to right is slightly towards the right. Our centering from top to bottom, I think, is within the tolerance. Our surface is free of any creases or bends or any scratches. Looking at our corners and our edges, if you look at that upper left corner, there's a speck of damage. And we're going to get a grade of Mint 9. I like it a lot. We are looking at a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Drowzee, a first edition, the number 54 card. This card is very clean. There's no damage to the surface like creases or bends or scratches. Our centering from left to right, I think, is slightly towards the right. Our centering from top to bottom, I think, is within the tolerance. Our corners and our edges show no damage that I can find. The back of the card shows no damage like creases or bends or any scratches on the surface of the card. Our centering from left to right is towards the left a little bit. Our centering from top to bottom might be towards the top a little bit, but possibly within the tolerance. Looking at our corners and our edges, you can see that the lower left corner and possibly the lower right corner both have some damage. And that's going to get us a grade of Mint 9. I'll take it. Here is a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Eevee, a first edition, the number 55 card. Eevee's front of this card looks really clean. I don't see any damage to the surface like creases or bends. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right all looks really good within the tolerance. I see that our corners are crisp and clean with no damage at all. Flip the card over and look at the back. You can see that our surface is free of creases, bends, or any scratches. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right all looks really close to the tolerance or within it. Our corners and our edges, I don't see any damage at all. And we'll get a grade of Gem Mint 10. Can't get any better than that. Let's take a look at this 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Ekans, a first edition, the number 56 card of the set. Looking at the front of this card, Ekans' graphics are very bright and vibrant. There's no scratches, bends, or creases on the surface of the card. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right all looks within the tolerances. Our corners and our edges, I think, are clean and free of any damage. The back of the card is free of any creases, bends, or scratches, just like the front of the card on the surface. Looking at our corners and our edges, they're clean and free of any damage. Looking at our centering from left to right and top to bottom, that all looks within tolerance. I think this will be a great card. And we're going to get a grade of Gem Mint 10. That's a very good card. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the cards that I presented and the grades that I got. Please like and subscribe, and always remember, you got to catch them all. Have an awesome day.